Roughly 90% of startups fail. Here's how to avoid being a part of that statistic. You only have to take a walk around your local shopping centre to see those businesses that start out with so much promise and before long are having a going out of business sale. So this statistic isn't surprising. However, the way I see so many people dive headfirst into business, you would think the success rate is more like 90%. Hi, I'm Matt from Spring Digital, and today we're going to take a look at the world of the startup and why so many fail after raising seed funding and what you can do to avoid it. I've been in this industry for over 14 years. I've seen some great ideas that sound exciting, game-changing and innovative app ideas that were sure to make it, and even a few I didn't really believe would make it somehow find their way. When it comes to the ones that do fail, I often see the same things over and over again, so let's dive in. Number one is the founders. Great people individually produce terrible results together. By a considerable margin, the biggest reason I see startups fail after a capital raise is due to issues between the co-founders. Founders must complement each other, know how to work together, and how to work independently. Unfortunately, this case is rare, and what starts off as small disagreements easily turns into business-crushing problems later down the track. The startups that successfully overcome this challenge have appointed an area of responsibility and ultimate ownership for each person. Where they cross over, they employ a predetermined objective method of assessing the problem, usually through some sort of checklist. The result of that is what makes the decision. The second reason I see startups fail is because of a business model failure. They were too optimistic about how easy it would be to acquire and retain customers. This is usually the result of invalidated assumptions or not enough market analysis prior to development. They assume that because they build an interesting product or app, customers will straight away come and download it and become raving fans, and that it will cost them very little to get new ones. That may happen with first few customers, but after that it rapidly becomes an expensive task to attract and win customers. The solution to this problem is market testing and analysis. And by this I don't mean a Google search and a review of some analytics. I mean actually getting out there and pitching your idea to people who you don't know and getting real feedback from them. If that's not your cup of tea, then there are plenty of organisations you can engage to help validate your idea with strangers. It may cost you a bit more to get started, but in the long run it will save you a lot more. Developing a prototype early on can also help you out too here. The next and potentially saddest reason I see startups fail is they run out of cash. In the startup realm, this is often known as your runway. It's basically the amount of money you have divided by the monthly expenses. Let's look at a real example for this. So you raised $1 million of seed funding for your startup. Well done! As a founder, you've worked really hard to get your ideas on paper. You've crafted the vision and you're ready to go. The best and most accurate estimate of your project is $750,000 to build it, allowing for a little bit of contingency too. At this point, you work out how far $250,000 will take you. You'll need a couple of staff to manage the customers, small office, electricity, an internet connection, just as the basics. Of course, you have to live too, so there's another expense. So far, you're at $15,000 a month. Over 12 months, that's $180,000 gone. You then need a budget for marketing. From the $70,000 you have left, that's less than $6,000 per month. Now, I'm sure if you talk to any marketer, a budget of $70,000 to work out who your customers are, how to reach them, and then convert them is on the low side. That's not even taking into account things like bugs, upgrades, servers, maintenance, and other things that your platform will need. The solution to this is to run your startup like a business from day one. You should have financial modeling, budgets, director meetings, contingency plans, and everything else a mature business would be doing in place. You should also have markers you need to pass in order to progress to the next stage of business. As an example, I'll only hire my first staff member when I get to my first 100 customers. I will only rent an office when I have 5 staff members. Get the picture? The final reason is the one that's directly related to finance, and that's having too many features. The real problem which sits behind this is actually a lack of focus and alignment on the direction of the product and what the product actually does. I see this happen when founders are too attached to their vision and forget that they're looking for a product market fit that solves real problems for real users. I hope you found this video helpful. Startups are a fantastically exciting space to be in. Ultimately, business fundamentals, hard work, late nights, consistency, and perseverance are the true reasons startups succeed. If you've been involved in any startup, please join the discussion below and tell us about your experiences and what made you succeed. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. Until next time.